Okay, we're good.
Live. It's Friday. Beautiful Friday. It's November 8th.
November 8th.
It's freezing.
Yeah, it's fairly cool.
It just dropped. Fall has happened. It is winter now.
Yes. Hey, and theoretically on November 11th, I should get a new gi.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tight. What are you looking at?
Scramble's Kano gi. That it's a jiu-jitsu gi that looks like a judo gi that fits.
Ooh, there's been a lot of like resurgence of like old cuts and gis and flavors, but
It's a
like styles.
It's a modern cut, but it has like a bunch of like random judo throwbacks on it.
That's cool. That's dope.
It looks really cool. Yeah, like
I like simple. How is that gonna stay? I like simple gis. Like I don't like patched up crazy gis. Like
no, this is the closest to a patched up gi I'm gonna ever have. It has a back patch on it, but it's supposed to look like a judo back patch. It just says Scramble.
That's cool. Yeah, I've seen their design for that. That's cool.
So that's cool to me. I like that.
We're drinking the Stauf Sumatran Tiger today. It is phenomenal. I love it. That was the bag that I took home and just freaking Brooke and I destroyed it.
This is my first taste of it.
It's lighter than the other ones, but
it's got a different body though. Like, yeah.
Almost hints of bourbon, leather.
A bit of bourbon. This is definitely like a coffee.
I was gonna say this is a man coffee. This is very similar to like our Old Man Strength or like our West Side.
It's on that level. Yeah,
it's on that kind of straight coffee, but it's fucking.
But
rich.
It's got a little more. It's got a little bit more extra or more flavors in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
like I'd say it's like a craft coffee, like the craftest coffee we can get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the craftest coffee.
The highest level of standard, if that's.
Where the hell did my neighbor get those steps? Have I just never looked over there? Look at those steps.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, that was weird. I just looked out my window and I was like, "Damn, those some serious steps."
This dog's just chilling.
Wow.
But yeah.
But yeah, this is definitely the highest level of coffee that you can possibly have.
And it goes levels. I think there's just, what's your base level? Like, what is the lowest coffee that you'll drink? Not to put anyone on blast, but like...
I don't want to put anyone on blast, but if you're talking like, if you go back to like OG intro coffee days...
Right.
That was definitely the big giant ass thing of Maxwell House you got from the store on the corner.
Exactly.
Because that's what we did at the library. I'd run down to back when there was still a grocery store in the middle of Athens. Stupid Athens for closing that. That needs to come back, a real grocery store. But I would, from the library, I'd just walk down there and get like supplies. And I'd get the big ass thing of the Folgers, right?
God damn, I love it.
And yeah.
That's what we always had at the house. Like, growing up, my dad liked just black Maxwell House fucking coffee, you know? Mm-hmm. And then when I started drinking coffee, which was, like, roughly in high school, like, that was the intro, exactly. Like,
that's intro level.
You just brew the fucking pot of coffee and, you know, take it black. Well, at the time, I was, like, cutting weight and the shit, so I was like, I need the caffeine, I need a black, can't have anything in it, so, like...
Purpose.
Yeah, exactly, it had purpose, but... It was also one of the only like reprieves, you know what I mean? Like it was like one of the only things.
Was the flavor
that gave me like
flavor reprieve,
some comfort in the morning. My mouth was usually fucked up and like cut up and whatnot. Sometimes just a little warmth. It was nice.
I don't miss that, having a fucking cut up mouth.
Yeah, dude.
I used to have that shit all the time. My teeth were always moving around.
Cross face to a motherfucker that's passing you. All the good stuff, dude. Dude, my face. I have a picture of my face when I was in 9th grade wrestling. Like after a tournament, I did okay in. Like the first tournament I did well in high school, my face was like torn to shit. Like I had braces, so like my mouth was fucked up.
Man,
and
they didn't have decent mouth guards yet back then, did they?
No, and they had like the big chunky fuckers, like.
But like not braces specific ones.
This one but it was like it was very
early.
Yeah, it was very fucking crude.
They were great, yeah.
Very chunky, very fucking painful.
Yeah.
Did not really help.
Nope.
On top of making it hard to breathe.
Yeah.
But yeah, my face is torn to shit. I had a torn meniscus in my knee. I had a bursa sac in my left knee. Like,
holy fuck,
I was fucked up, dude. Like,
that's a fucked up day,
right?
Yeah.
A great day, but other than that, fucked up.
I have plenty of those days
too, man.
You know, I've luckily, it's weird. I don't I haven't had a lot of noticeable facial damage.
My face is the first thing to get fucked up, and people are like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "It wasn't even that bad." Like,
it gets fucked up, but it doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, my face doesn't swell. It cuts.
It doesn't swell. Scrapes. Like, I don't even cut. Like, I'll bruise a little, but like my nose will be broken, my teeth will be all out of place,
and just
like I'll have like a fucking fractured cheek. I'll be like, I'm fine. What do you mean?
Like, your face is flat. Like,
like what? But it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like it doesn't look like I'm dying, and I'm like, let me put this shit back in place.
Right.
You know, like, or like it's, you know, recently the best black eye I've had in a long time was that one that me and Dante got. Mm-hmm. Remember that long ago? Where Dante is the funnest person in the world to roll with.
Yeah.
By the way, but it didn't like hit me or anything. His foot like dragged across my face at one point. Mm-hmm. Didn't think anything of it. Then we're sitting around after class. I'm like, I can see my cheek. Guys, why can I see my cheek? What's going on? And you're like, holy shit.
You got a nice mouse. That's the weird thing, though, with the jiu-jitsu. Like, the blunt force trauma isn't as noticeable because, like, in striking, you're winding up to strike and you're trying to strike.
Yeah.
But, like, sometimes you get knocked with a knee in the face. You don't realize it because you're on to the next thing really quickly.
Yeah, you don't care.
Fuck it, you know. Then you wake up, or, you know, you wake up, but you know, you're done with the roll and you're spitting out teeth or something. Like,
what happened?
Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Good one. I just got spiked on my head the other day, and I almost chipped teeth again. Like, I was mistakenly not wearing a mouth guard.
Oh yeah,
and
wear the mouth guard.
I was on someone's back, and he did this like a nice little roll, like, and I wasn't looking for it. Yeah, it just fucking spiked me, and I was like, you know, like the X-ray imagery, like it's like almost like into the Spider-Verse, and like it's like my skull, and like I'm crunching down. There's like an ouch onomatopoeia,
Sonny
like
Chiba Street Fighter
exactly.
shit right there.
And like that's what always goes through my head when I smack like that. And it fucking kills, but you know, walk it off.
And walk it off, you're fine. Well, I remember, I'm thinking of jiu-jitsu face hits. One time Laura kicked me in the face. Mm-hmm. Like, I was rolling with someone else, and she was rolling with someone else.
That's always the worst, dude.
It didn't hurt at all, actually, because she fucking booted me with her heel. Just, like, I saw stars for a second, and I was like...
used to it. If there's somebody that's probably good to take a kick, it's you.
Yeah, like, I was fine. Like, it scared her.
Yeah.
She's like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. It's just a foot to the face. It's okay.
You're like, I've had worse things.
Yeah. Everyone, like...
Or you should be like, I've had better.
Yeah, I've had better. Like, it's not that hard. Yeah, I think that's actually what I said.
I've had better.
Everyone around me was like, oh fuck, God. And then kind of went back to it.
I've actually seen that's like a weird thing with like training. Like, I swear people are magnetic because you can have them on opposite corners of this rolling space, and they'll come to the middle.
The mat's a bowl.
Kick each other. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Why is the mat a bowl?
Yep.
Like, it's supposed to be flat.
No matter what the size of it, you could spread them out as much as you want.
This shit happens at Ronin.
Yep.
Ronin's the size of my house.
Yep.
And people still like run into each other.
Does not matter the space.
Yeah. You're like, come on, man. Why is the mat a bowl? I don't understand.
And somehow we could have a mat space like this, like the size of this rug, and manage two groups, right? But somehow, I mean, obviously there's less space, but it would converge. But you could still manage it that way. You
can still manage it.
And you should be able to manage it with very minimal.
Technically, you should be able to stay in your own yard, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as like when you're training, you should also be very aware of the space that you're using. Like,
I'm hyper aware of the space just from years of training.
I want to use the least amount of space, really, if I can. Like,
no, I don't like to like. I'm like a phone booth all the time.
We could do like the big Q-tips on an island thing, you know? Like we could fight on the fucking peg for all I care.
Yeah. No, I definitely like the phone booth. That was always a pet peeve of mine growing up in Taekwondo. Is like, you might stay in your own yard.
Yeah.
I would be pissed at people because you'd be sparring, some motherfucker would run into you. I'd be like,
snapping
this is how people blow out knees.
Yeah, dude.
Come on.
I've seen that shit happen. I've seen people like step back and someone tripped over and like tore out the other dude. Like, dude, it gets ugly.
That happened to Diego Sanchez once, long time ago. Mm-hmm. I remember hearing about that.
Speaking of like the face kick thing, like in rolling and like with the magnetic jiu-jitsu thing, like people will like sweep or throw, and like someone's already just sitting in the guard, and then someone gets thrown on top of them, or like they fucking get thrown and like whip their leg through, and like their heel goes.
Yeah.
Like I've seen someone's career pretty much get ended that way. Like he had a massive hematoma, massive concussion. He was pretty much done after that. Like just from training one day.
Just from a training accident.
Yeah.
That's why you stay in your own damn yard.
Yeah, that's why it's really important.
Be aware of your environment. Like, always know this is the space I have to be in, and just know the fucking space.
Yeah. But on top of that, like jiu-jitsu particularly, like makes you manage zero space the best. Like makes you manage the least amount of space.
Of all arts where you're gonna actually spar.
Yeah. You're already connected.
You're already connected. It really is the easiest to like be in the smallest amount of space and manage the space.
You're a human ball. stay in like a 2-foot space.
Yeah, seriously. It's just a weird excuse. I don't know.
It's funny.
This coffee is good.
Yeah, right. I'm almost done with this cup because I drained it. Like, it's so fucking good.
Once again, cools off really well.
I think that's the sign of good coffee too. Like when it cools really well. Like thinking, look back to Maxwell House. I don't love Maxwell House cold. Not interested.
No.
But I can drink this shit at whatever temperature I please.
Yeah, but as you drink it, you know how like it cools off, right? Especially in just our normal mugs. But like as this goes, like the flavor changes.
Yeah,
and it's good. Like it gets a little sweeter.
That is like a weird thing that I noticed too. It's like gets a little more decadent in the middle.
That is nice.
And that was another thing, like back to cutting weight and like starting drinking coffee. Like I wouldn't eat sugar or anything, so like I wanted something like just different flavor. Yeah, just a different flavor, like a little bit of chocolate or something. You know what I mean? Like just a little bit. But yeah, we're getting into today. We're getting into like.
All right, so today,
like
I've been thinking about this weird
sort
of. They're converging concepts, but they really are very much the same. Okay, so. Something I like to say a lot is if you're the best guy in the room, find another room. But then on the flip side, I also kind of say this too, but I say it less, is that use the room to your advantage. If you're the best guy in the room, you can still get really good. You just have to put yourself in bad positions or develop people around you. You know, but even if people don't know what they're doing, you can either put yourself in bad positions or you can just take someone who doesn't know what the hell they're doing and just do everything perfect on them. And no, this is perfect. Okay, perfect. And just, you know, if you're willing to sacrifice a friend, you know, they're willing to be sacrificed. And
that's the thing too. Like, if you're technically perfect, it wouldn't be like it wouldn't be sacrificial. You know what I mean?
No,
if you're in a technical sense.
So is that a quality reps thing? But then on the flip side, if you're the best guy in the room, you need to find a better room. Do you just need to be challenged as well? So is this the sort of variation of what a quality rep is? Because sometimes you need to get your ass kicked. Be like, oh, this is what better is. You know, you need to go into the room of people.
That's what I got in Iceland. Like, I had that one of the black belts from Mjolnir just beat the shit out of me. I was like, oh, this is great. Like,
you're like, this is where it can go.
I was in a fucking vat of butter, jiu-jitsu-y butter, son. You know, he was all over me. I loved it.
That's cool.
You know,
but yeah, like opened your eyes to like new levels. But then on the flip side, like with you especially, like you built your room.
Dude, yeah, and it's starting to pay.
Nothing. But even before it paid, even when everyone was white belts and they all sucked and you just smashed them, you got to play with everything.
Dude, yeah.
You played, you figured things out, and I know personally as like a student, I appreciated it because I was paying attention to what you were doing.
Yeah, dude, that was my goal going in. Like, I knew it wasn't like a super established program. You know, like I knew I had that semi-responsibility to start to like bring my value and shit into that program. So like that's what I needed to do, was like build people up. But on top of that, I had the opportunities to like, I was comfortable enough to do that. You know what I mean? It takes certain things to kind of put that in place, and I was. So that's good. And now it's really starting. Like some of the dudes, like you know, you mentioned like people like Dante and like stuff like that. Like, they're really good. Like they're really good. Like they've gotten really good. You know. And so like now, you know, like looking back on like rougher days that I had like teaching, you know, I'm like, man, I don't know, I hope they get this. Like now they're like, oh shit, now we're getting it. We're building layers that way, and now it's getting really fun and interesting, and now people are developing their own styles, and like I learn shit every day. So like
that's cool.
I couldn't ask for a better thing that way. But on top of that too, like I do have to train certain ways some days, and people notice, which is the funny thing. Yeah. Like some days some days I'm training my subs. Like I have to sub people, and that's that.
That's the day.
Yeah. And like sometimes, sorry, but that's me using the room to my advantage, you know. But I knew I really wanted, and I want good training partners, and I want good competitive futures there in the gym and stuff. So like I'm happy with the time that I spent doing that, and now I'm starting to like get to the next part where I can like start putting that on the forefront again, like my competition and like helping other people and do that too. So like it's getting back to that, which is really tight. But it was nice because I needed the time away from it too. You know what I mean? It's
definitely you've I don't know, healed or grown or something as a person.
I've leveled up.
The confidence has changed
a couple times. Precision, That's just fucking life, man. I've always been like a reflector. Like I reflect like a ton.
Yeah.
Recently now it's just gotten to the point where like you can reflect and like look back and laugh at bad shit and like
reframe it.
It's nice. Yeah, it's nice to be there.
Like that's where that went.
Yeah, and that's just comes with like a lot of like the past like year and a half, like the mental health stuff that I've really fucking buckled down on.
Yeah, really done the work, put your homework in.
So, but I did the work, doing the work every day, but it puts you in a good spot.
Good Josh.
Yeah. But yeah, like so looking back, like you've been in like the best in the room Taekwondo wise. Now you're coming into like a jiu-jitsu where you're white belt again.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
It made it easier this time mentally. You know, some weird shit in my backyard, dude.
There's a big ass dog, dude. I know there had that horse back there.
Oh, the one behind me?
Yeah, is that like a Saint Bernard?
Yeah, I never see it. My fence is huge.
Yeah.
But
damn, that's a big dog.
All the dogs are out today.
That was a fucking deer.
But I don't know, it's like, because I know like in Taekwondo I was so hungry to whoop everybody's ass. Because I got beat up so much for so many years that all I wanted to do was get my fucking black belt. Then I got my black belt, and then like next level hit, I got my ass kicked again.
Yeah.
And like for like first 3 years of being a black belt, it was just fuck you guys. I have to fight as hard as possible.
Yep.
And then I got good, and I kind of got to the point where I was usually the best in the room. A handful of other guys may be up there.
You're usually in the upper echelon.
I'm always in the top 3 to 5 in the room, and that's when we invite people in.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, that becomes a fucked up competition of a death match.
That's the thing,
especially if they come to my house.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're in my house. I have to kill all of you.
Yeah.
And so the cool thing about jiu-jitsu was it completely wiped all that away.
Mm-hmm.
I no longer had to defend the room. I no longer had to be the best of anything.
Yeah.
But I had all the knowledge on how to be good and how to use the room to my advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So not only was I found a different room where I could suck, but then I could be like, I'm doing specific things today. Like I was on that defense kick for like a year.
Yep.
So I was very specifically like, I'm in a bad situation. Good. Figure it out. Yeah. Learn defense,
And you did. And you built frames and like
But yeah, that's how I learned frames. That's how I learned 2-on-1s. That's how I learned to take stuff to the other side and, all that. But very specifically, that was and to the point where everyone was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Like, why do you leave me alone?
Why do you keep diving into this same submission? Because you're good at it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. That's an example of that. And then there's the example. So that's the thing. Like I came from a really good competitive room, right? And then I shifted into this room, and I've been other places too. Like that's the thing. That's another part of it, is like going to get a mixture of it, like being to build and train. Then I get to go places and do shit like that, and then I get to come back. Right? I think that's a massive like symbiotic thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the gym that we came up in, like it was funny because one of my friends who just got his purple belt the other day, Bo, stupid Bo.
He's purple belt now.
Yeah, he just got his purple belt.
Right on.
Him and his brother are the same belt.
Man.
Maybe we'll have him on the podcast finally. And
would you finish your story? I got to tell you about another dream I had.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was interesting to hear his perspective, because he said like, yeah, we were pretty much all best friends, but we were like essentially brainwashed to kill each other every day.
Yeah.
So
that's actually, it must have been something in the water at the time.
Yeah, and it was really weird to like hear someone else's perspective of it and just hear him say it like nonchalantly like that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh fuck, that's what it was. Yeah, I never really thought about it that way. Like,
that's what we were like when we started coming up to Columbus. That's pretty much what it was, and it actually, I mean, probably ruined a couple friendships.
Oh, dude, like the amount of
I can pinpoint like moments where the dynamic shifted between me and someone else, and all of a sudden we were like, fuck you.
Dude, the amount of fallouts that I've had with people, and like, dude.
Yeah. And just
that's the thing, like that type of shit isn't in my character. Like I wouldn't do that
normally.
Me neither.
No, me neither, man.
And so then to be forced to do it is
kind of
like so weird.
Yeah, but like on both ways, is sometimes someone would do something, you'd be like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Which is not you.
Right.
And then other times you would like get better than them, and they'd be like, fuck you. And like, but we're like family.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Dude, that is literally the dynamic.
Yeah.
That was, it was perpetuated by, trickles down from the top.
Perpetuated by the environment, but...
Yeah, and that's the thing, it almost like... It brought out the best in people and yet the worst in a weird way.
Like, physically, I learned a shit ton.
Dude, yeah, like...
My physical and mental skills for just fucking fighting...
Yeah.
And my, like...
I got tough.
I got real tough. I got really good at strategy and being in great shape and having reason to have good technique and really understanding, like, what good technique is and how to apply it because it was that or die.
Right.
But on the other side of, there's no one.
Yeah.
I got no friends left.
Right. Like, that's...
and I mean, some of those relationships are, thanks to Facebook, sort of re-emerging a little bit.
Sure.
But... yeah.
Then what? Yeah.
But the thing is, I mean, what we did is dead.
Right.
Taekwondo doesn't exist anymore.
That's the thing, too. Like, that alone, I think, would be a landing pad to be like, what's up? You know what I mean?
We could bring it back. We do what we did, but the sport's dead.
Yeah.
What we did is gone.
Right.
And so that's the weird thing about it, is now that it's gone, and maybe some of us still train. I don't train as much as I should train more, but I don't know that I can.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably the case with...
no one to train with, but, legs just don't work like they did.
Yeah.
And I'm just interested in jiu-jitsu.
And on top of that, why? Like, why would you train like that at that level? For what? Like,
for what?
You know what I mean?
What am I killing myself for? I think about that, like, is there a reason to do it?
Yeah.
It's not even like an emotional reason anymore.
Exactly.
Like, I could, if I went out there and made team, it wouldn't mean anything anymore. 10, 20 years ago, it would have been everything.
That's the thing. I think even if you did that now, you'd probably just be like, okay.
I'd be like...
And then you'd probably be mad at yourself because, like, I wanted this so bad, and I'm like, now I'm like, here and blah, but...
Yeah, and if I got it, I'd be like, well, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sort of the funny thing.
It's stupid perspective.
Right. But yeah, that's the thing too. Like, I'm getting to the point too where I'm going to be able to, like, hopefully, like, take a little time, like, in a week or like every 2 weeks or so, and like travel and go somewhere else and train.
Ooh.
So, like, I'll try.
That's
like,
nice.
I really like to try and utilize that.
Now, I love to do that because, like, when I was in my heyday of I could go train with really, really good people and just be nobody.
Yes,
I could walk in with a high-ranking black belt, having beat plenty of people up. People know who the fuck I am, and they all whoop my ass.
Yeah.
But for me, I liked it because it was like, oh, this is how good you can be. Like, I thought I was good. Nah.
Yep.
This is another level, and like it would be like not just inspiring, but it would be an actual physical roadmap.
Yep.
Because the dudes that would take
felt it.
Well, you felt it, but then the guys were taking you out showed you how.
Yep.
Like, here's what I do. Here's how that works. Here's the opening. Like,
And that's the best thing with jiu-jitsu is, like, people will be like, this is how you can beat me. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like this is how you fuck me.
And the nice thing about jiu-jitsu is it doesn't hurt as bad.
Yeah.
Most of my stories like that involve breaking something.
Yeah.
Like, they broke my shit, but I learned this cool thing.
Right.
And 6 weeks later,
now I got to think about it for 8 weeks when I was in a cast.
Yeah. I was able to do it. And says the guy with the rib injury right now has barely been on a train. But like, I do, and I like that. I don't know if it's jiu-jitsu or just the training culture of combat sports has changed. Everyone's so much more open now.
Everyone's more open. Everything is, like, a lot. I don't want to say softer because that's not...
Soft is the wrong term. But I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like, people think recovery is a good thing. You know what I mean? People think eating...
There's honor in recovery now.
People, like, are now seeing the bad signs of cutting weight and, like, stuff, like, all this weird cultural hardcore shit.
Massive heart attack.
Fucking exactly. And he's, what, 58?
He's in his late 50s. Something. But in freakishly good shape.
Oh, yeah.
Like, listen to Chael Sonnen's description of that. So what happened is nuts.
Yeah. Do you think sort of the stress as well? Like, do you think?
Oh, hell yeah!
On top of that,
from just the stress you put your body through, as far as doing that is
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's hard.
For as long as he did.
For as long as he did, that's really hard. But then the weight cutting, man.
Yeah.
I think fucking with your weight that much, I think has long-term nasty effects, regardless of how healthy you are, man.
Mm-hmm. And I've participated in that 100%. I've totally, in my head, been like, you just shaved years off your life with that one. Like,
yeah, and you're like, you feel it, and you're proud of it.
I know. That's why. That's fucked up.
No, I didn't cut a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm. You were light.
I walked around skinny as fuck.
So I was like depressed and shit. So I'd like counter eat after tournaments and shit. So like I just ballooned back up.
I just stayed skinny, so I probably had athlete anorexia.
Yeah.
Because I was always aware of my weight and always running with like fucking sweatpants and sweatshirts and shit on. But
yep.
So it's kind of a different end of it. So who knows what that did to me?
Exactly.
But, find out.
You hear weird things too, because like now like saunas are popular because it like starts to kickstart some of your
proteins.
Yeah, exactly. Yo. It's like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, I did that shit all the time. Like
you're like, maybe that helped.
Yeah, it's like or I dehydrated myself. I remember my fucking heart pounding. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking die. Like this is it.
The blood can't pump anymore. It's too thick.
Yeah, exactly. Die. Like there's nothing left. I'm wringing it out. Yeah. And then I'm like, there's a couple times, like, you know, in the car on the ride to the thing, you're like, I'm gonna die. Like, this is it. Like,
I gotta have a good day.
Your first sip of fucking Pedialyte, and you're like, it's like the scene in like Underworld when the vampire drinks the blood for the first time, and all like dusty insides like come back to life, and like there's like back. Yeah. That's how I feel. I remember like one time I was introduced to strawberry Pedialyte slightly frozen, so it's like a slushy. Oh my god, dude!
See, I never got into that. I knew about it. I had friends that did it, but like I didn't need to.
Right.
But I was the guy drinking the milkshake at weigh-ins.
Yep.
But
there's always that guy too.
Everyone fucking hated me.
There's always the guy weighing with Coke cans in his pockets and shit, and fucking hard gainers, you know.
Yeah, I remember one time at a tournament, I weighed in with a coat on, a big fucking coat. What no one knew is all the shit that was in the coat, because I was going to fight featherweight that day. And like, I wasn't making featherweight with a coat on. I walked in, I maybe had 5 pounds in my coat. I think I stepped on a scale at 140. They're like, well, yeah, you're there. Like, why aren't you fighting fly today? Oh, because my buddy's fighting flyweight, who should have been fighting lightweight.
Yeah.
He's cutting down to fly. I'm like, why are we doing this? I don't know.
Fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah, it was dumb. But, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, now it's not softer, but it's just more well-rounded.
It's more intelligent.
Yeah, it's just way more intelligent. Like, people studied stuff. And then
I'm one of those guys that studied this stuff.
Exactly.
No one respected the fact that I was studying fucking hard.
For fighting. Like, you know what I mean?
But I was studying exercise physiology for fighting and for, like, health of fighting and just to
longevity.
be better. And, like, everyone's like, give me a piece of paper, man. Yeah. No one respected it. And, like, at the time, like, a lot of times I didn't fucking respect it like a dumbass. But, it paid off.
Right.
It definitely paid off.
It's paid off for me. I mean,
yeah.
It fucking helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
Saved my shit.
Yeah.
You know?
But I guess back to, like sort of the dichotomy of the best in a room versus using the room.
Yeah.
Because you can do both. We've covered that.
Yeah.
But I was watching a Henry Aiken's seminar, and he was talking about how Hickson got so badass.
He was like absolute best in the room, best in the country,
always,
probably.
No matter what. But he's like, at his school, he was surrounded by white belts and didn't know what the hell he was doing, and he still got better.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, here's how he did it. He used to just have us put him in stuff.
And
And so is it afraid, like, don't be afraid to get beat by your student. Maybe. Has that changed? Because Hickson was, he's of that era, I never heard anyone else doing that. I can remember I had coaches that would never let us beat them in front of anybody. I would occasionally beat my coach, but it was just when it was just me and him. And I had to go hard to do it. But like he would never lose in front of people. It was very like
I know that
weird shit.
Yep.
And then you had a dude like Hickson who was like, I'm gonna be in the worst possible position if I don't get out. Hey, that's fine.
That's on me.
Yeah. And he became legendary. Or at least we know of the legend in little bits here.
You see him doing that too in the Choke documentary when he's training for the thing. You see they're dudes. They're not like Brazilian, killers. It's just some dudes that grapple, And he talks, or I think, actually no, it was Chrome that talked about, an article about, if, sometimes you have to get the arm bar 5 times with your right arm, then you have to try it fucking 5 times with your left arm, then 10 times, then no hands, you know what I mean?
Do shit like that, real specific, that's what I'm going after, and I gotta make it harder. How do I make it?
Yep, and I look at both of them, obviously they're fucking grappling gods, but I think that is a massive secret to their training.
Work on his striking.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
What's up, Cub?
But, my sister worked with Cub Swanson's cousin, I think, for a little bit.
That's cool. That was a hell of a fight, man.
Yeah.
Cub Swanson's grown on me. I hated him in the WEC. Hated him.
Yeah, he was kind of a villainized then.
He was so villainized. But he
Now
played
he's
it
kind of
well. And now he's like now he's like the old school legend.
Yeah, everyone likes him.
And I love Cub, man. But I don't know, just being able to put parameters on yourself.
Yeah.
And kind of dropping your ego. Or turning your ego into thinking that that's a good thing. Like, I am improving because of this. It's honorable or something. I mean, using
you have to use the ego.
However you got to use the ego to do the thing. Yeah.
Yes, martial arts helps dissolve it, but I don't think you'll ever dissolve it. You'll never get rid of it. You can't.
It's a part of you.
Exactly.
But so it's it gives you opportunity to use it
and use it constructively in a helpful way.
Well, depending on your mood of the day. And sometimes you got to fool yourself into thinking that like I'm gonna get beat a bunch today and it's a good thing and it'll make me badass.
Yeah.
And like
there's nothing that feels good about that.
Yeah.
But you've accepted that you're gonna do that.
And on the other days you can do the same thing and be like, yeah. So what? It's a thing. So you got to use it.
Yep. And that's something that's like come up a lot. Like a lot of people now that I work with, like this is their first time through. They have the trials and struggles and tribulations. I'm like, dude, like you're gonna have these. And like I actually was like texting last night with one of my students, like one of my younger students. Who's now wrestling in high school, so like he's struggling with that too, and I'm like, dude, I struggle with that. Like, this
is what you got to go through.
Yeah, I'm like, but it's not the end of the world. You're not gonna fucking die, No. Everyone's doing this, but me telling them that and helping them with that helped me as well. It helped. It kind of turned it back in on me too.
You can turn back and reframe it a little bit.
Yeah. So like, even looking back and reflecting again, like it's like I can put a better connotation on bad things that were even in the past, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I wanted to, but...
If you wanted to. I mean, just even... I don't know, I've been hurt, so I've been able to think. Mm-hmm. And I've been kind of thinking about that and sort of... And I've also been training in my mind a lot. I've been dreaming a lot about sparring. Mm-hmm. And like when I meditate, I'm dropping into these matches. For some reason, my subconscious thinks I'm a purple belt. Why is that, Mike?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't care.
I know purple belts who subconscious thinks they're white belts. I mean,
but I think I'm a white belt. Why? Yeah. Like when I'm training in my dreams, I don't have a purple belt on. It's driving me nuts.
Fuck if I know.
I'm mad at myself. Like, stop it, stupid rank. It keeps happening.
Purple just fucking looks good too. It looks good with everything.
I mean, just because it looks, I don't know. It's just cracking me up though, man. Because it started with that weird Japan dream and it hasn't gone away. I thought that was a one-time thing. And I was meditating yesterday and I was deep in a match. Usually it's with you. I don't know.
Kickboxing?
No,
or jiu-jitsu.
But like real specific, like feel the moves, go through stuff kind of thing. And fucking purple belt again.
Tight.
Whatever, man.
Whatever, dude. I see sometimes like...
I'm training. Who cares?
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, I'll have stuff like that too, but it isn't as detailed as that. It doesn't matter if like it's all like... I'm trying to think of like a good example. It's almost mostly no-gi.
Oh, nice.
Like
right
in my head, it's like either gi and it's things are so like out of focus even, like it's just like blurs almost, like it's just shadow. So there's not like the detail of rank or anything. Then no-gi, it's just like that's more of just like, I don't know, I just like think more of it like it's dropped down another level, right? Okay. Like I drop it down to just like, that's the thing, because like even when I'm teaching, like I simplify the human body so much, like I simplify that too, you know what I mean? Like I simplify it to its like easiest, simplest form. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's just been like a thing recently. It's just like reduction, you know what I mean, and like breaking stuff down into what it actually is.
Yeah, knowing it detailed enough to make it not detailed.
Exactly.
Yeah. I had the Ben Askren and Damian Maya fight.
Dude, that was a good fight.
Oh god, that was beautiful.
I enjoyed that.
Beautiful. But I saw BJJ Scout's breakdown of said fight. Oh, it was amazing. But in that, there was like a weird little interview, like clips of interviews. And Damian Maya was like, they're like, why are you getting so much better now? He's jiu-jitsu, how much of my jiu-jitsu is mental now? Mm-hmm. I've been thinking about it and I understand it more. And I haven't been on a roll too much. And I'm like, okay, Damian, I'm going to think about it more. And that's why I've been having these really detailed dreams and hallucinations and shit while I meditate of just doing it. Mm-hmm. Because I'm determined to get better even though I can't physically train. But if Damien Maya says train in your head and you can do that even better, I'm like, okay, Damien, I will listen.
I think the martial arts in general, there is the most you can do mentally with jiu-jitsu. You know, you can get the most done mentally and still have it affect your actual
but it does,
physical game.
Like, and I was just doing movement last night just to see like where I'm at. And I think I'm almost ready to come back. But I was moving really, really well. Mm-hmm. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. The past, probably 2 weeks, like I really limited my rolling because my neck was fucked up.
Yeah.
And like, but then like I would roll sporadically with certain people, and like when I did, it felt amazing.
You allowed some stuff to drop in and like really.
And I did some insane shit, and I like worked on new things, but I didn't go in with like I'm gonna work on this. Just these things happened because I've been thinking about them. Yeah. And like I was like, well, what if? And then this happens, and it feels better than I thought it ever could in my head. I'm like, oh fuck! Like
that's what I've been doing because for me it's visualization.
Yeah.
But it's like the best possible version of how you're supposed to do it. Mm-hmm. That's something I've been working on for a very, very long time. But that's what I want to have happen. Like what happened to you, like when I go back,
you do it and
I do it and I'm like, God.
Yeah. Right.
Because I want to keep training and keep getting better.
Yeah.
But that's what I've been doing.
Yeah. With that type of like mental training, that's a nice thing with jiu-jitsu. It's like you can think through a lot of stuff, and just in terms of like the concepts, and like just kind of chew over like what your coach was talking about, whatever. But then even if you like hit a wall with that one thing, look to see like how that might apply other places, how it might start to like go across the board.
Yeah.
Right. How you start to look for the pattern. Right. Mm-hmm. There's just so many things in the past like 3 to 4 years that I've been able to uncover for myself, and like even just through teaching. That's the weird thing. Through strict
teaching, you learn a lot.
Through strict language and like talking. And I'm like, oh fuck. And even if that didn't click for them, it clicked for me, and then I can reteach it better the next time, and I can like apply it.
When you start trying to explain it, you'll run into walls and be like, oh. And you'll have to solve that little bit
on the fly.
Just on the fly with language and example right there, and then you teach yourself something, and you don't even no one knows it, but you're like, holy crap, I figured that out.
Yeah, and I'll there's like certain things I'll say like oh yeah, you got to do this, and like I've never said that to myself. Like
never even thought to do that.
Yeah.
What?
Like that's amazing. It is fucking easy. Jesus, like
So, I do that all the time teaching. I love that.
Yeah.
And just,
now like I have people coming up that are interested in teaching too, which is really cool.
Oh, nice.
That I've worked with personally and stuff, and I'm really excited for them to do that. So,
learn.
Yeah, like just having them learn and like do that. And I just want them to. I want them to have that feeling, like one day, and have that like, oh shit, like when they teach something and then they like learn something from it, and then their people learn something from it. It's like that dichotomy.
Then learn them back, and then that's a fun thing.
That's that relationship. That's awesome. That's what makes like having a class of 1 or 2 people or 10 people, like it doesn't matter to me. Like I could have a great lesson with 2 people, or I could have a great lesson with 10. You know what I mean? Like,
and I also think that's what it surprises me when elite level competitors don't teach.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, so you get so much out of it. You get so much better by teaching, and you can just go right along with competing.
Right. I don't understand it.
I don't understand that. I've never gotten that.
I don't, and then there is like a weird kind of like, it's almost like a social kind of thing. Like, oh, he's a really good competitor, but he can't teach for shit. Or like he can teach, but he can't compete for shit.
And
like,
that's,
what do you think that is? Like,
that's not a hard line. I used to want it to be one, but it's not.
No.
It's especially just a person-to-person thing. There are plenty of great competitors who are also great teachers.
Yep.
There are plenty of great teachers who are shitty competitors, but there are plenty of, plenty of shit. Like it's just a person thing.
Yeah.
Like everyone wants to formalize it into this or that.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's just teachers. People who want to be good teachers become good teachers, but people who want to be good at anything become good at it. Mm-hmm. It's
Then they if you want to. I was just always obsessed with like learning all that I could about jiu-jitsu. from all aspects.
Yeah, I mean,
teaching, competing, this, that. Like,
yeah, I want to learn it from every possible angle.
Yeah.
And as deep as possible in every way, and find new ways to get in on it. That's my personality.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I talk about another thing. I talk going from black belt to white belt of being really concept focused as a white belt.
Yep.
Has been the slow path, but the much more satisfying path. I've been a white belt for years now. I got people I started with that are purple belts now. Mm-hmm. And my white belt's like old and dying. Yeah. But I'm cool with it because, like, yeah, from an individual technique standpoint, Plains people got better techniques than I got. But I know now that, like, one of my original things was pay attention to the concepts. And you're a concept teacher, so that was a really good fit. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I'm going to delve into that. It's going to pay off. Because I may not be able to do specific moves, but I'll know how everything works.
And I think, like, you throw a dude who knows 10 techniques, a dude who knows 2 concepts into a roll, the concept guy is going to come out on top.
The concept guy's, going to be able to adapt.
At least safe.
Be safe. Yeah, be safe, but be able to adapt more. Mm-hmm. Because if you're not looking for, like, the specific thing, it's like culture shock. Mm-hmm. If you ever go to another country to live, have zero expectations of how it's going to be. Yeah. Zero.
Right.
Doesn't matter what anyone tells you, anything. Pay attention to, like, tips on how to survive the plane ride. Okay. But zero expectations, because if you have zero expectations, you're not looking for anything to be a certain way. Yep. If you say it's going to be this way and this way and this way, you're going to look for it, and either you're going to miss everything else trying to find that one thing, or you're not going to fucking find it. It's going to drive you nuts.
Yep.
And so,
I can think of so many examples in my life that I'm like, holy shit, yeah. I just said something like that to somebody the other day. You know?
Yeah, I mean, having lived that and having someone tell me that and then lived it in, living in another country and then applying that to other shit. And, I kind of compiled all that and went into jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm. And I was like, because I have a grappling experience, done a lot of grappling. But I'm like, I got to put all that shit aside. I might use that experience to be comfortable enough to learn, maybe live through the first few lessons, because people come at you and stuff. At least that was my mindset then. I was like, I don't know what I'm getting into.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck they're going to do.
What the
fuck? But and then be able to say no expectations, just learn, and then have the hard concept thing. That I think I can look at shit now. I can be taught something and get it, bam.
Yeah.
But because I just spent all this time with concepts of the meat and potatoes of how it works. Mm-hmm.
The hardest part to, like, get people to do is, like, stick to that, because it's so slow.
It's so slow.
And there's, like, rougher days on that, because, like,
you're gonna have real rough days, and people are gonna beat you up, and
you're
gonna have a lot of people passing you up and shit that you got to be able to be okay with.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, cool. You're many belts ahead of me now. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It's like, well, what else?
All right.
Who cares? On top of that, who cares? Like.
Yeah. Well, what was it? The last episode, I dug a nugget of wisdom randomly. Don't live vicariously through your belt.
Yeah.
I never 100%. Phrased it like that before, but I'm like, ha.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
Oh.
And you can, it goes a lot of ways with belts, and that's like, you can listen to our belt promotion episode again, but like, it just creates such a weird false drive for people in a weird way, because they're like, I want the belt, but it just means I have to do this, and this. Like, it's not exactly. It means you should be doing this, and this anyway. To be enjoying it and loving that, and then the belt will happen, and you'll progress because you know the knowledge, you understand it, you have, you can and be able to give it back too. Like, and that's more so what I'm talking about is like getting into like higher belts, like purple, brown, black, white to blue. You're still just taking everything in.
Yeah.
Purple, brown, black. You might start teaching and like starting to be a leader in that kind of example. It's like learning to do it from all angles and being able to talk about it at all angles.
Yeah,
and like,
it brings the different angles in.
But just being able to experience everything as much as you can.
I think a cool thing I guess this is with probably lots of stuff. I just never noticed it before. Of when people get promoted, I'm like, we're still working on the same shit, guys. Class hasn't changed.
Yeah, exactly.
What? And like I say it to myself too. I'll have days when I'm like, God damn it, maybe I should have focused on the belt more. Yeah, I could be higher ranked now. And like I'll have a moment. Yeah. And then I would come back and be like, I'd be working on the exact same thing in the exact same way. Yeah. With a different belt on. Like, who cares?
Now like, and that's the thing too. It'll shift a little bit. Like that has to shift. That paradigm shift. Like. Remember, like 6 months ago, I was like, I'm never doing fucking IBJJF ever again. Yeah. Now I'm like, I should probably get my card and do some tournaments this year, like, because now it's getting to the point, like, like it's fine now. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm at the point where I can do it comfortably and like
through the hater phase.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but on top of that, it's concurrent. That's like they're not like forcing me, you know what I mean? Like it's concurrent with what I need to do and want to do and stuff like that. So it's not like it's like a thing I'm going out of my way to do and I don't want to fucking do it, you know?
Yeah. Although I think in our conversations, we've gone from like rule set hating to multiple rule set enjoyment. Have you noticed that in like the past year of what I was talking about? I think that's been a big shift in the competition. There's so many more competitions out there now under so many different rule sets.
It just shows that like that one rule set is not king. You know what I mean? But that's all I needed, really.
a year ago, that was still a relatively new thing. Of these different competitions coming out with different rule sets. But so it wasn't a sure thing. IBJJF was the only sure thing. It wasn't going anywhere.
And you have people like Seth Daniels who are like, fuck all that shit and we're pay everybody.
And I mean, Seth, like to both jiu-jitsu and judo, was like, I'm rewriting everything.
Yeah, and we're doing it the way it works now. Yeah. In fucking America.
And I mean, his judo rules, man, they need to implement that in the Olympics.
Dude, that's tight. Yeah,
that's the judo way sick. Better. Like, oh man, it's cool.
Like, and it's just,
I like that judo rule set.
But on top of that, it just it exposed everything else. The leg game is very popular now. Catch wrestling is folding back in. Wrestling is very popular. Scrambling with that type of thing.
But I think now there's a security that to get somewhere, to get not just known, but have like meaningful victories. Yeah, don't have to be in one avenue anymore.
Right. It's not just world championship.
It's not just worlds. Now you got all these other top organizations that aren't going anywhere, that are now established, and then you can go there, and if you win it, you're respected. And it means something. It's not just 6 guys showed up.
And now it's cool with like all the fight to win things, like it's like you challenge it up, you lose it. If you lose, you get it. You had to keep it. It's and it's not just like a yearly thing where you're like, maybe I'll get it again. You know what I mean? It's there's a more consistency to it, and there's a bracket. Yeah. There's definitely a bracket of killers. Like when you get to the top level, and it's in multiple promotions. Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like that type of shit is just like my own personal projection. Really, is just because like. I've had semi-weird experiences or just not great, whatever. So that's my own thing going. Now I'm like, whatever, fuck it. I want to go do it again. Because it was totally fun, it was great. Yeah. But then, like, you can sit around and bitch, like, the Brazilian overlords. Like, they're speaking Portuguese to each other, blah, blah, blah.
There's always the overlords, man. Right. There was plenty of Korean overlords.
But at the end of the day, like, I shouldn't have left it in the ref's hands. I should have subbed, I should have...
that's a... You did what you did. Like, exactly. It's not like it was all your responsibility either. Right. There's another guy in the fight.
Exactly.
So like you kind of leave it outside of that.
Yeah. But that's a nice revelation to have with it.
I think, just as a jiu-jitsu, I hope this goes into all other martial arts. Taekwondo needs this bad. They need alternate promotions.
That would be really fucking cool.
Judo needs it bad.
That's like karate combat. Like that's an alternate promotion. Karate combat. Like bare knuckle.
Bare knuckle to a point, but karate combat opened up striking wise. Yeah. Like as Taekwondo, you can take your skills into karate combat, and it's fun as fuck.
And I feel like people have tried to do that, but it was like the wrong timing. Like they should do it now again. Like
the thing is, it's the Olympics.
Mm-hmm. They just put more time in the Olympics too, and they fucking
have a demo sport.
Or like I hope they don't put it in. Honestly, dude, like now
the Olympics hates combat sports. I don't know why they're putting karate and Muay Thai and stuff in.
Now
is it a publicity stunt?
Probably, maybe,
because they've always screwed combat sports.
Right. That's the thing. It doesn't. It's just in my head. It's just kind of like why? Like why would you waste your time and money? You know.
Well, people aren't in the system.
Yeah.
They haven't been deep in it for a while.
Now I just moved on to like the deeper Myanmar jungles and Leftway and headbutting and shit. Like
headbutting.
Like that shit's tight. Like,
that is good.
So,
but
there's always another step.
There's another step. Yeah, I don't know. Have we covered the topic for today? We've kind of.
I think so. Like
moved around a little.
Yeah, just because I'm smack dab in the middle of in the room, but now like I have the chance to start to go explore out again and then I've had the chances to bring people into as well.
And so I think so like let's kind of put it this way, that it's not a one or the other.
Yeah.
Maybe it used to be, people viewed it as one or the other.
And I think that came from some of that like Creonche mentality bullshit.
That was very much the style versus style era created a lot of secrecy and a lot of like, top of the guy in the room, defend the room kind of shit.
And that's dissolved.
And now that that's dissolving, you're someone like you's allowed to ebb and flow. You're allowed to build a room, but you're also allowed to go somewhere else.
I guess like coming up, I felt very stifled, and I was like, how the fuck can I? Now I'm like, holy shit, I was right the whole fucking time. You know what I mean? Like I got like essentially like ragged on because like I wrestled before and I had wrestling skills, and be like, oh, you just got this because he's a wrestler. I'm like, you can go fuck yourself, motherfucker.
Crap these grappling fools.
Yeah. I'll crack your fucking head on the skull on the ground. But
you smashing heads together, having a little relapse, flashbacks.
That's the thing too. Like I've re-embraced my mean streak in a healthier way. Like,
now I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I'm working on that.
Yeah, I want to. Because like it was out of control for a while. I had to rein it back in. I had to like suppress it a little too much. Now it's like right in the middle.
I definitely had done the same thing, and I'm trying to reconcile it right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's a time and place for it. There's a need for it here and there.
Yeah.
But again, there's like learning language tools to like not be a dick as much.
Be aware of how you're perceived in a certain way. As a teacher, you kind of have to be.
Right, and that's something that like.
But also, just to be able to communicate clearly.
Yeah.
I want to get across what I mean to get across.
Right. And then if it doesn't get across, like that's still on me. Like,
but then you can realize that it's on you because you're very intentional.
Right.
And it's easier to go back and like,
thinking back, like
there's where this was thought of wrong. Okay.
And it never spills out onto the mat. It's never like a thing. I can think back to plenty of times when I was coming up. He was it was a fucking tidal wave.
Oh,
just because we didn't get a technique, we had questions. It was fucking insane. Like the fucking wrath would come down. Like, what, you guys don't fucking get this? Like, blah blah blah. It's like,
just
nope.
Bad
we'll drill it though. Like,
yeah.
So that's one of those like be what you needed to be, what what you needed or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's one of those things. Like I needed that and I got this, so I'm gonna be this.
Learn from that. Move on. Yeah. But so it has become. You can also be the best in the room and be the worst in the room, and utilize the room for whatever you want, regardless of each.
Like even just take away the connotation of best and worst. Like just be there.
Just be in the room.
Fucking learn something. Be constructive. Like I mean, you can subconsciously learn things in jiu-jitsu, let alone like intentionally learn things.
Oh yeah.
So
just be there and learn.
And take things in.
But then I think also taking it back out to the dichotomy of it is. If you are the guy running the room, go to a room where you're not running it.
Mm-hmm. It's
go
a
to
vacation.
A room. Go have grapple vacation. Yeah, go. It's a vacation, but also go to hang out with people that are way better than you. Just so you can see what it is.
Yep.
Because you can feel that concept. You can feel the idea of this is where it can go.
Yeah.
But then if you suck in the room, do the same thing. Or if you're the best, put yourself in the situations. Practice one thing today.
Yeah.
Regardless of how good you are.
Yep.
I know for me personally, that works really well.
Yep.
It keeps me focused, and I can, really dig into, how the arm bar really works.
That's the thing too, just like putting yourself in a situation where there isn't that expectation.
Yeah.
Like 0%.
Kill your expectations and just learn.
Yeah.
And then you get to fight with your ego a little bit, and then you get to like reconcile that.
And then you find yourself in a flow state, having a ball.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, this is so fun. Fuck. I do not care. But I'm learning all kinds of shit, you know.
And I think that's important.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot to be said for, because again, like coaches coming up, some were good competitors, some were not. And like, it showed, like in terms of how they acted and shit.
Yeah, they put... And I think it's the product of the time.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
I'm glad that time's passed.
for now, dude.
Yeah,
everything's
that's cyclical. The thing too. Like I'm hoping with the way social media is, like people are getting called out for their bullshit now. Like,
everything's starting to. Yeah, it's going from keyboard warriors or stuff. They're not dissolving. I think that shit's always going to be a thing.
It's a little more constructive than it
But
used
now
to be.
there's a lot more constructive use of it, and you have good people talking to other good people in a constructive way, but they're being connected, like in a way that they were never able to be before.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so...
But it shows, like,
The stupid fanboy thing, Flow Grappling put up a picture of, like, 4 leg lockers, and, like, it was Gary Tonin, Dean Lister, 2 other guys. I can't think of them. I can see them, but I can't think of them. And they're like, who wins? And I'm like, Gary Tonin all the way. And Dean Lister liked that.
See, yeah.
And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, Dean Lister's going to whoop my ass. Oh, man.
You're like, but Dean Lister liked my comment.
That's so cool. I love his DVD on Escapes. Oh.
Yeah. And that,
but then
it humanizes, like, people.
But it humanizes people, but then it gives those people a chance to connect.
Yeah.
Of, you know,
because maybe
they never have to talk to each other.
They're fucking people too. They want to connect with
Everyone's
people.
human.
They're not just because they're like the best grappler in the world doesn't mean they don't like to talk to people or like.
Doesn't mean they're not a guy drinking coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
They
like
still have like pancakes. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Exactly. So like giving people like that, and there's like people making videos like talking about their days and shit. That's what I was always interested in. I was always interested in like seeing like what they did when they woke up in the morning. As weird as that is, like, dude, what do they do? Like just to see like, hey, they're fucking humans. Like they're like, I'm sleepy today. I feel like shit, but I'm gonna go run and train. Like
I'm gonna do it anyway. And here's how I do it.
Exactly. It just it humanizes them, but then it also shows that it's attainable. Like
that it makes it attainable.
Yeah.
So
they're humanized. So it's like, okay, cool, I can do that too. Yeah.
It's very nice.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, man.
It's a good one.
Gotta be done soon.
Yeah, let's do it. You got a client?
Yeah, I gotta teach. Yeah.
Tight. Yep. Usually I gotta teach. It's your turn.
Oh.
But yeah.
All right, man.
All right. As always, keep your coffee regular.
Peace in, everyone.